Suddenly facing failure at 40. Does it feel like the ground beneath you just disappeared? Maybe you built a career for 20 years and lost it in a single meeting. Maybe a business you poured your heart into quietly collapsed. Maybe a marriage ended, or your health forced you to slow down when you weren't ready. At this stage of life, failure hits differently. It's heavier. It feels personal. And sometimes it whispers something dangerous. You should have figured this out by now. If you're over 40 and struggling with a setback, I want you to know something important. You are not behind. You are not finished. And you are certainly not alone. In fact, many people experience their biggest turning points after 40. Not because life gets easier, but because they finally learn how to rebuild from the inside out. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 proven daily actions that help you reclaim your confidence after failure. These are not dramatic life hacks. They are simple, practical behaviors you can begin today, even if your motivation feels low. Confidence is not something you wait to feel again. It's something you rebuild step by step. Let's start with something small, but powerful. The first daily action is keeping one promise to yourself every single day. When we fail, especially after 40, we often lose trust in ourselves. We start questioning our judgment. How did I not see this coming? Why did I make that decision? Over time, self-doubt grows, and confidence cannot survive without self-trust. So instead of trying to fix everything at once, focus on one promise each day. It might be as simple as taking a 20-minute walk, or updating your resume for 15 minutes, or calling one person about a new opportunity. The size of the action doesn't matter as much as the consistency. I once spoke with a man who lost his executive position at 47. For months, he felt embarrassed and avoided even small tasks. Eventually, he decided that every morning he would wake up at 7 a.m. and apply to one job or reach out to one contact. Just one. Some days it felt pointless. But after a few weeks, something shifted. He wasn't just unemployed anymore. He was a man taking action. Keeping small promises rebuilds internal credibility. And when you begin trusting yourself again, confidence quietly returns. The second daily action is managing your self-talk with intention. After 40, we've accumulated decades of internal dialogue. Some of it is supportive. Some of it is harsh. Failure tends to amplify the harsh voice. It tells you that you're too old to start over, that others are moving ahead while you fall behind, that you've wasted your best years. But here's the truth. Your mind believes what you repeat. If every day you tell yourself, I blew it, I'm finished, your body and behavior will follow that script. But if you begin shifting the narrative, even slightly, everything changes. This doesn't mean lying to yourself. It means speaking to yourself the way you would speak to a close friend. Instead of saying, I'm a failure, try, this didn't work, but I'm capable of learning. Instead of, it's too late, say, I still have experience and time. A woman I know went through bankruptcy at 52. For months, she woke up with shame. Then she began writing one sentence every morning. My experience is valuable. At first, it felt forced. But over time, she began believing it. She started consulting part-time, using the same experience she once thought had failed her. Today, she earns more than she did before. Your words shape your identity, and your identity shapes your future. There's another daily action that becomes especially important after 40, because energy is not what it used to be. That action is caring for your physical state as if your confidence depends on it, because it does. When we feel physically drained, everything looks worse. Rejection feels sharper. Problems seem larger. But when your body feels stronger, your perspective shifts. You don't need extreme changes. Start with sleep. Protect it. Add light movement, even if it's just stretching or walking. Drink more water. Eat food that fuels you instead of numbing you. These basic actions may sound simple, but they directly affect your emotional resilience. I remember a viewer sharing that after losing his business at 44, he spent months sitting at home, barely moving. His confidence dropped further each week. One day, he forced himself to join a local gym. He didn't go to become muscular. He wanted to feel alive again. Within 3 months, his mood improved dramatically. And with that new energy, he began planning his next venture. When your body moves forward, your mind follows. As these daily actions begin to stabilize you, keeping promises, guiding your self-talk, strengthening your body, something begins to change. You don't feel fixed overnight, but you feel steadier. And that steadiness creates space for the next level of rebuilding, which is where we naturally continue. Once you regain a bit of stability, a new question often appears. What do I do with my experience now? After 40, you carry decades of knowledge. Yet failure can make you forget that. It narrows your focus to what went wrong instead of what you've learned. That's why another powerful daily action is investing in skill refinement, not reinvention. Many people think starting over means becoming someone completely different, but more often, it means upgrading what you already know. Spend time each day sharpening one skill connected to your future direction. If you worked in management, improve leadership communication. If you ran a business, strengthen your financial planning knowledge. If you were in sales, update your understanding of digital tools. A friend of mine lost his job in traditional marketing at 50. Instead of abandoning his field, he began learning digital marketing strategies online for 1 hour each evening. Within a year, he positioned himself as someone who understood both traditional and modern systems. That combination made him valuable again. Skill refinement restores confidence because it reminds you that growth never stops at 40. In fact, your maturity makes learning more focused and practical. Alongside upgrading skills, there's another daily action that quietly transforms confidence, creating visible progress. After failure, it's easy to feel stuck because results don't come immediately, but confidence grows when you can see movement, even small movement. This can mean tracking how many applications you send, how many workouts you complete, how many pages you write, or how much money you save. When progress becomes visible, your brain receives proof that effort leads somewhere. One woman rebuilding after divorce at 46 decided to track her financial independence journey. Each day she recorded her savings, no matter how small. Watching numbers slowly grow changed her mindset from "I'm starting over" to "I'm building something." Visible progress reduces helplessness. It gives you evidence that you are not powerless. And then there's something deeper that often gets ignored after 40, reconnecting with purpose. In your 20s and 30s, goals often revolve around achievement, promotions, income, status. After failure at 40, those goals may feel hollow or distant. This is the moment to ask a more meaningful question. What kind of life do I actually want now? Purpose doesn't have to be dramatic. It could mean mentoring younger colleagues, providing stability for your family, creating something that reflects your values, serving your community. A man who lost his corporate role at 48 began volunteering to teach financial literacy at a local center. At first, it was just to stay busy, but he discovered fulfillment in helping others avoid the mistakes he made. That sense of contribution rebuilt his confidence faster than any paycheck could. When your daily actions connect to purpose, even small tasks feel meaningful, and meaning fuels persistence. As these layers build, refining skills, tracking progress, reconnecting with purpose, your confidence becomes less fragile. It no longer depends only on titles or external approval. It begins to root itself in who you are becoming. And yet, there's one final shift that ties everything together, especially when doubt tries to return late at night or during quiet moments. That final shift is where true resilience forms, and is where we turn next. There's a moment after failure when you realize something important. The real battle is not external. It's internal. It's about identity. The final daily action that strengthens confidence after 40 is choosing to see yourself as someone in transition, not someone defeated. Identity shapes behavior. If you believe you are a failed business owner, you act cautiously, fearfully. If you see yourself as an experienced entrepreneur in transition, you act differently. You analyze, adjust, and try again. This shift may sound subtle, but it's powerful. Every day, remind yourself of who you are becoming, not who you were at your lowest point. One man who went through public professional failure at 51 began introducing himself differently. Instead of focusing on what collapsed, he would say, "I'm currently building my next chapter." That language changed how others responded to him. More importantly, it changed how he saw himself. Daily identity reinforcement keeps confidence alive even before results appear. When you step back and look at these daily actions together, you'll notice something. None of them require perfect conditions. They require intention. Keeping one promise each day rebuilds trust. Managing self-talk reshapes belief. Caring for your body strengthens resilience. Refining skills increases value. Tracking progress proves movement. Reconnecting with purpose restores meaning. And choosing a growth identity protects your confidence from temporary setbacks. Failure after 40 is not a verdict. It's a crossroads, and the direction you take depends less on what happened and more on what you do each day afterward. If you're watching this and feeling discouraged, I want you to pause and breathe. You have decades of experience behind you. That is not a weakness. That is an asset. Many of the world's most impactful achievements were built by people who stumbled first. I'd really like to hear from you. What setback are you currently navigating? Job loss? Business struggles? Personal change? Share your story in the comments. Not only does it help you release the weight, but it also reminds others they're not alone. Sometimes reading someone else's honesty gives us courage to keep going. And if this conversation has helped you even a little, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're building a space where real adults can talk about real challenges without pretending everything is perfect. Remember, even the smallest daily action can rebuild massive confidence over time. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are simply in the middle of your story. Wishing you strength to rise, clarity to move forward, and confidence to build your next chapter with pride.